Good evening, everybody. Subby is 33 degrees here at the home office in Clinton, Missouri. We have lots to talk about again tonight. As you're seeing right here on the page, a winter weather advisory has been posted from the National Weather Service. Covers really about everywhere north of the river for tomorrow night into Tuesday. We'll go into more detail as far as how much snow is going to be expected up in that area, as well as here in west central Missouri. So let's just dive right in here, guys. So here is the latest data from the National Weather Service. I'm sorry, from the GFS model. We're going to take a look at that and put this into motion. And as we go, if I get all this to work correctly, as we move through the day on Saturday, around 6 o'clock. Looked like about when the sun begins to set Saturday night. We'll notice the 540 line running just south of Kansas City into central Kansas. And as we move to the 9 o'clock hour tomorrow night, we will begin to see some snow showers in west central Missouri. We're going to start off likely as rain. The good news is that real shallow area of rainfall, of warm air aloft at 500 feet, I am not seeing on the latest model runs. So that is good news. What that means is that's going to pretty much eliminate the chance for freezing rain or sleet. It's either going to be rain or it's going to be snow. So that's the good news. We're probably going to have about 6 hours of snowfall, very light snow, some flurries, maybe mixed in with some rain. And again, this is going to be a very wet snow. A lot of it, majority of it is going to melt when it hits the ground. The road temperatures are still above freezing, which is also very good news. We are expecting this to be moved out Sunday morning, 8, 9 o'clock. I think it would be moved off to the east. Let's put this into motion and notice down south of Bates, Henry, Benton County, we're going to be looking at a mix for most of the evening into Sunday morning. So I'm not expecting hardly any accumulation once you get down, basically Highway 54, from about, say, Nevada over through Osceola and southern Benton County and across and south. I believe it's just going to be a mix of rain, maybe some wet snowflakes mixed in. As we get into the 3 to 4 a.m. time frame, just flurries and maybe a few little localized snow bursts. But about 8, 9 o'clock, we should have most of this moved off to our east. Now, snowfall potential. What I am seeing right now, and again, we wasn't expecting a whole lot of snow to begin with. I'll take you through the models. This right here is going to be the snowfall projection through Sunday morning. And if you notice, these numbers represent inches. Now, granted, models are going to tell us how much snow is falling. Now, this will likely not be the accumulation we see on the ground, because some of this is going to be melting when it hits the ground or hits the surfaces. So keep that in mind. So the GFS, this is the global U.S. model, is showing about 1.2, 1.7, a little over an inch from Butler, Clinton, Sedalia, and then we start to pick up a few totals a little bit higher than that. Warrensburg, Harrisonville, and if you guys watched my video a couple nights ago, this really has not swayed much at all from the data that we were looking at here a couple nights ago. About an inch in this area, a couple inches just to the north, and then the bullseye being right around the Kansas City area. And that's what we're seeing here on the GFS. 4 inches Kansas City, 4.8 in Olathe, 3.4 Kearney, 4 in Wesson, and 3.3 in St. Joe. And again, this is the amount of snow that the model is predicting that will fall, not what will stick. Let's take a look at the NAM. This is the North American model. And they're showing a little bit less. They're showing us basically south of the river, not changing over to snow until early Sunday a.m. Therefore, only giving us 0.6, 0.3 in Butler, 0.6 in Clinton, 0.3 in Butler, 1 inch in Harrisonville, a half inch in Warrensburg, and really everybody else down to the south, we're going to be looking at very little snowfall. The good news is the amount of precip. I do feel that everybody is going to be picking up at least a half inch, if not a little better, as far as rainfall. So moisture is not going to be a problem. It's going to be the temperatures and when they will get down to 32, 33 degrees tomorrow night. Now, and again, as I had mentioned several times, matter of fact, I think on Facebook on a pinned post, I still have a post that I made here a couple months ago about how hard that winter weather is to predict, because just a fraction of a degree can mean the difference of a quarter inch of rain or 4 inches of snow. So it's very, very difficult, no matter how good of a forecaster you are. It's very, very tough to do. So please keep that in mind. West Central Missouri is not under a winter weather advisory yet. Now we're still more than 24 hours away from this storm moving in. If it becomes dig just a little bit deeper, or maybe track 35, 40 miles to the south, we could be in the heart of some of that heavier snowfall. But it's been very consistent with the GFS. That is the reason why I am kind of sticking with the GFS forecast. I think that is a good model to be watching. If we take a look at the European model over the next 3 days, even less than what the North American model is showing. It's showing about an inch in Harrisonville and Warrensburg and Sedalia, and then point south, none. With Kansas City coming in at about 2.6. It shifted just a little bit more to the north. So I am kind of sticking with my guns with the data coming in from the GFS model. I do believe right around an inch for Bates County, Henry County, Pettis County, Benton County, and a little bit higher totals as you move to the north and to the west, with Kansas City, Wyandotte County, Johnson County, Kansas, Olathe, Lee Summit, Independence, kind of being the bullseye of the snowfall. Not the snow total, because it's going to be a little less than this, because some of the snow is going to be melting. So what I was talking about just a little bit ago about that shallow area of warm air, I kind of run through this about once a year, right around this time. just to kind of clear up any kind of confusion that anybody might have. And that's what I'm doing is just kind of giving a brief explanation of what the difference is between sleet, snow, and freezing rain. Let's take a look here. So here we are for all snow. That is meaning this entire column of air right here where my cursor is all below 32 degrees. Now if we have a nose of warm air that is very, very shallow, up say 500 feet above our heads, that snow will melt the rain and then try to refreeze again before it hits the ground. That is what we call sleet. If that warm nose is a little bit thicker, then that snow is going to fall, melt in this layer into rain, and it will not have enough time for it to refreeze into sleet or snow. But the minute that it hits the surface or the ground that is at 32 or below, it instantly freezes. And then, of course, if we have a solid nose of warm air, then that snow and ice crystals will melt, and when the ground temperatures are above freezing, therefore fall as rain. So we were really looking at a shallow layer of warm air for the last 3 or 4 days that was going to be in place around Nevada, Osceola, over toward Warsaw, and that was very concerning, especially as people begin to head home from the Thanksgiving holiday, because it does not take much to make those roads a nightmare if you have freezing rain and just a thin layer of ice on the road. So luckily we are not seeing that right now. So that is very good news for those that are going to be traveling, trying to get home after the holiday. So of course, with winter coming down the line and the threat of some wintry precip coming in tomorrow night, back on that freeze and drizzle, freeze and rain, it's a fine layer of ice that formed during freeze and drizzle. It may be hard to notice on the road, but it is one of winter's most dangerous types of weather. So safety tips: slow down. Do not use cruise control. Leave plenty of distance between you and the other vehicles. Somebody just posted on Facebook a very funny meme on the in the Facebook group, and it was a picture of a meteorologist talking about how to drive in this nasty weather. It says, if you rarely drive on snow, just pretend you're taking your grandma to church. There's a platter of biscuits and 2 gallons of sweet tea in glass jars in a back seat. She's wearing a new dress and holding a crock pot full of gravy. That's awesome. That's exactly how we should drive. Freezing drizzle, freezing rain, one of the most dangerous types of weather that we have during this time of year. So, pay attention. Just because the forecast is not showing the potential for freezing rain or freezing drizzle, 1 degree can make all the difference. So stay weather aware. So let's take a look at this. I am going to bring up the TSP, the Teacher Snow Day probability. It has changed. This is for Monday, November 27th. North of the river, I have a 25% chance that the teachers will get a snow day on Monday. Now, south of the river, a little less, 15%. This would be higher if we were talking about Sunday night into Monday. This would be actually quite a bit higher. But since this was coming in overnight on Saturday, ending 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, I'd say road crews will have plenty of time to get the roads cleared up before Monday morning. However, if things change just a little bit, maybe a little bit colder, maybe that whole system drags just a little bit further south to put more of us in that, say, the 3 to 4, 5 inch range. That is what this probability is going up for. So 25% north of the river, 15% south of the river. So that is the TSP for Friday night for Monday, November 27th. So, guys, I want to thank you all for jumping in on Nader Boys. I put a post on Facebook. These guys are, I'm so excited over the relationship that Subby's Weather Talk and Nader Boys are going to have going forward. I was in contact with Isaac tonight. They're 100% behind this. We're going to try to set something up to give away a free weather radio to those that have liked and followed Nader Boys' Facebook page. We have hit my goal of getting them 200 likes by the 15th of December. We did that in less than a day. That is awesome. Love to get that goal of 500 by Christmas. That would be awesome. Give these boys some love. They're looking out for all of us here in Subby's Weather Talk. We got some great new camera feeds we're going to be able to utilize. Hopefully you guys seen that post and seen some of those pictures. It's going to be great. So again, thank you, Isaac and the boys over at Nader Boys, Storm Chasers here in West Central Missouri, and very excited of what we've got coming down the hatch for 2024. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free. Shoot me a message. I have been talking to about 10 different people and families that have been traveling over Thanksgiving. Several of them have been traveling west and north, right into the heart of the winter storm that's going on right now over from the northeast all the way down through Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, and eventually into Kansas overnight tonight into tomorrow. So feel free to shoot me a message. I will try to respond to all of them. Today was not a bad day. Temperature-wise, weather-wise, it's a little chilly. You can feel that north wind really kicking in this afternoon. We're just going to have a high of 46 tomorrow. We'll see some sun, probably earlier today. We'll start seeing some sun, and then that'll be followed up by mostly cloudy skies tomorrow afternoon. And again, I'm expecting the rain to begin probably sometime around between the 6 and 8 p.m. time frame tomorrow night, and then it's kind of a little bit of a wait game. We're going to be waiting to see when that changeover will happen, and we're expecting a little bit of snowfall here in West Central Missouri. And again, all the model data, everything that you might see on social media, I have seen a few forecasts out of the Kansas City. They're kind of considerably higher than this. Springfield's weather stations is a little bit higher for West Central Missouri as far as snowfall. But remember, whenever you hear of a report of how much snow is expected, that's how much snow that is projected to fall, not to accumulate on the ground. So anyway, that's something we have. We might get an inch here in Clinton that has fallen overnight, but yet we might only have like a dusting on the ground. So just want to make sure everybody's clear on that. And about an inch here a couple inches north of, say, a line from Harrisonville to Warrensburg, and then the bullseye right around Jackson County, Lee Summit, Johnson County, Kansas, and on over to Kearney and Weston and St. Joe. So everybody have a great night. I know several of you guys are up at the Lighted Christmas Parade up downtown Clinton, and I will be posting the link to be able to watch this in its entirety in our group on Subby's Weather Talk. And please don't forget, on Subby'sWeatherTalk.com, you can go in and see road conditions. You can see a bunch of winter weather news is there on our website. This website was made for you guys, so please utilize it. If you have to travel Saturday night, Sunday, utilize those road condition maps for Kansas and Missouri that I have posted on the webpage, and utilize them to your advantage to see how the road conditions are where you're heading. So have a great Friday night, guys. I'll be updating tomorrow evening, and then of course I'll have a big update Sunday morning. Take care. Have a great evening.